A big welcome to Kyle Army Grand Prix Circuit and the first Solidarity E-race in South African history. Absolutely amazing field picked up here. We've got 12 cars about to go to battle now for the next 10 minutes or so. This is going to be absolutely I can't wait. I'm just losing my mind. It's what it's all about. As they come down into Ingwe corner for the very first time, it's Van Bergen and Hodgson on the front row, Farrant and Skuman on the second row, King and Mitchell on the third row with Brand Richardson on the fourth row, followed by Peters and Staden and Texera and Joubert at the back. And you can see they're all waiting for that green light. As soon as those lights go out, we go racing, and down towards turn one they go. You can see 4x4. This is amazing stuff. The Aston Martin looks like it might get a bit muddy, and going down in there, there are 4 cars. The Porsche on the inside. What a start there from Farrant. Farrant drives on the inside. Now he's on the outside line for turn 1, Crowthorne corner, and tries to drive around the outside. A fantastic start from Hodgson. Looks like he might have got the Audi through there, and looks like he may have just squeezed out the rest of this field. But they're still side by side, 2x2. Oh, and over the curb. Touching it over the curb, and they've touched it into the wall. Looks like we've got a big incident there coming out of Yuxke. A massive incident for one of the cars. I didn't quite pick up on the number, but there's a car stricken on the sideline. And that's how we start things in the Solidarity E-race. Very first time into Sunset Corner. And we've got nudging coming for second and third. Out front, looks like it's our pole man, Van Bergen, who's just opening up a little bit of a margin now. And he's got Skuman trying to close him down. And looks like Peters is in there as well. Absolutely amazing stuff. Didn't quite expect that from the very first start, but this is exactly what we expected when we got into the Solidarity E-race, and we're raising funds and we're raising blood pressure and adrenaline here at the same time. Heading to the top of the hill for the very first time. This is what it's all about at Kyle Army Grand Prix Circuit. Fantastic to be here, but late on the brakes is what it requires for second place. At this stage, we've got the leader who's opened up a small advantage. It is Van Bergen ahead of Skuman. Peters there in third place, and Farrant has dropped down to fourth in the Porsche. You can see the Porsche though all over the back end of that Audi looking for a way past. It's a big maneuver at the front end, and Van Bergen now starting to pull away. Look at the battle though for 4, 5, and 6. 7 and 8th place coming into play as well with King and Joubert. They're not too far off the back end. Couple of guys running wide. The Porsche runs wide again. Oh, it's a difficult car. That little machine has got lots and lots of power. And if you don't get the setup right, particularly in this format of the game, it makes it very, very difficult to turn that car into certain corners, and particularly here in these last very, very tight corners coming into Cheetah and Ingwe. Across the line for the very first time, completing lap number 1, and out front, absolutely no worries at all for Van Bergen as he pulls away there from Peters and Skuman. The 3 Audis sitting now, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, trying to close down on the man out front, but it's not going to be easy. That is for sure. The Porsche has dropped slightly back into the clutches of Joubert in the Lamborghini. Behind him, it's King, and this is a good start there from Richardson, the only McLaren in the field. He currently sits down in 8th place. We're on board here with Daniel Skuman now. Daniel Skuman is looking for an opportunity now to close things down. Oh, there's a car runs wide. That looks like Peter's running a little bit onto the dirt. That could have cost him a little bit of time. That's certainly not what he wanted as they head down towards Sunset Corner. In Sunset Corner, a very difficult corner to get right. I can tell you something, it is an exceptionally difficult corner to get right in normal racing. But in e-racing, you've got a little bit of assistance that helps you out there every now and again. But you can see, even with that assistance, these guys are finding it very difficult. And these Audis are battling to stay with the man out front. He is opening up a massive margin there, and the Aston Martin seems to have the legs on the 3 Audis. The Porsche's dropped back ever so slightly, 1.9 seconds. Oh, there's an Audi slowing. There's an Audi slowing up the hill. I think that might have been Peters. Peters slowing, and Skuman has moved up into 2nd place by the looks of things. We'll get confirmation as they go through the next split. Up to the top of the hill comes the Porsche Audi, and of course at the back end, that Porsche now applying massive amounts of pressure. The 213 car there absolutely hauling off Farrant, but Farrant has not found a way past on the second of those Aston Martins. As he comes flying down now into the breaking point for Crocodiles. The leader out front has got 2.5 seconds ahead of Skuman and Peters. Skuman and Peters have got some big issues at the back end. Looks like Hodgson has dropped right out of it and now trying to make up all that lost time. Remember, with this format of the racing, any mistake, it is a costly and a vital one. And as they go down towards the start-finish line again, we've got 3 Audis battling for second place on the track. They are stuck together like glue, and there is only 0.8 of a second between those 3 cars. So nothing in between the 3 Audis. Those LMS A8s are absolutely dialed into perfection for this track, but they haven't quite got the same kind of legs as the 777 car out front of Van Bergen. Look at this helicopter shot. This is fantastic stuff now. We go on board virtual helicopter as they head through Yuxke and into Barbecue. Chopping and changing. Oh, and they're running wide onto the dirty stuff. That's going to be costly. So it looks like a bit of a change up there. We had Peters in front and then Skuman back again. So just flipping out all the time. Absolutely brilliant stuff. This is what it's all about in e-racing, in the Solidarity e-race. As I said, raising funds for the Solidarity Fund, but raising the blood pressures and the adrenaline levels of everybody here at the track and everybody watching at home. We certainly hope you're enjoying all this action. Remember, you can catch all the action on Tuesday night for the semi-finals and Wednesday night for the grand finale. It's a 10-lap grand finale sprint race straight into a 20-lap mini endurance race on Wednesday night, and it'll be going live streamed all around the world. We've picked up massive amounts of traction on all forms of social media, as well as the mainstream media as well, and that's why these guys have come to play. As they head down line shop, the second fastest part of the track, have a look at that. That is amazing stuff. 250 km an hour in that Audi, the all-wheel drive system, the quattro system working triple time as it goes down into Crocodile. Looks like it's all about Van Bergen out front, and he is just disappearing. They're not going to catch him, but the battle between the three Audis is raging. And just behind that, you can see the Porsche of Farrant has got through there on King. So King has lost out 5th place and dropped down to 6th. Oh, and the Porsche runs wide again, putting the wheels onto the dirty stuff. Don't be doing that too often. Those Pirellis do not like the dirty stuff. And there's a big mistake. Big mistake there from Brandt by the looks of things. And I think Peters has dropped back and just got ahead of him. The two Audis just chopped and changed. There's a mistake with one of the Audis as they came out of Ingwe and just got it sideways. Managed to hang on to it, only just. So we're on to the last lap. Oh, we're going to be seeing the checkered flag on this one, possibly as they come through now. Absolutely no, we're not. We're not at all. Sorry, we're not even close to the last lap. I'm looking at the time as opposed to the laps now. And now as they head up towards the Yuxke one more time, these two Audis side by side yet again. Who's going to have what it takes now on the short straight towards Sunset Corner? And you'll see exactly why it's called Sunset, because as they get into Sunset Corner at this time of the day, you're going to be seeing the sun straight into those visors. And looks like there's no worries at all for that Aston Martin. Look at the gap he's pulled. It's almost 5 seconds now. And Van Bergen, well, he didn't clearly get the memo here to keep it interesting. He's disappearing at the front end and showing the Audis the way around. So it's 777 out front. Van Bergen leads out. You can see just in the background, we'll probably pick up on the first Audi. No, that's the gap he's got. He's got a massive advantage further back. Absolutely awesome action in the mid-pack too as they head up the hill towards Leeuwkop Corner. You can see just as this is Hodgson closing up in the back end as well. So nice recovery there from Hodgson. You can see just how hard he's pushing. And then King's in there as well. Farrant is the leading Porsche. And you've got right on his tail there, Joubert pushing hard in the Lamborghini. Behind that, it is Richardson. Richardson pushing in the McLaren, trying to find a way through. Then we go on board now with Bernard King. Bernard King in that very, very fast Aston Martin. But can he get through there? The Skywalker man, he's battling a little bit at this stage, trying to close that little gap down. But you can see just how tight it is. It's not an easy circuit to learn, especially when you've got all these traction control and bits and pieces you can play around with in the ACC game. But Assetto Corsa Competizione, this is the ideal game for us to be doing this type of racing. And everybody that's getting involved. We've got 120 drivers entered, and they're all fighting for honors here in the Solidarity E-Race. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So we got about 2.5 minutes to go. We're probably going to be about 2 laps to go in this race. Out front, the Audis have disappeared in terms of 2nd and 3rd place, but 4th place is now starting to heat up. We're watching Farrant. He's got Brandt on his tail, King just behind that, and Joubert in the Lamborghini is starting to close things down a little bit as well. The Porsche runs wide. He's going to try and drive around the Audi. That's not going to work. Hang on a second. There's a quattro there on that Audi. You're definitely not going to get that one right. If the Audi was in the dirt, different story, but I don't think the Porsche is going to have what it takes on the outside line on the dirt to try and find a way through there. There was certainly a mistake out of that Audi, which forced the Porsche onto the grass. Now we can see just how hard this Porsche driver is working. Farrant we're on board with, and you can see Wesley Farrant from iCore Racing pushing it to the limits, and probably a little bit over those limits, to try and close down on the Audi in front of him. Peters is in big trouble. And look, there's mistakes coming out of Peters all the time. The pressure's starting to be applied. He has a look on the inside. He dives on the inside and keeps up the attack from the Porsche 911. That GT3 and looking for an inside line on the triple apex corner. That's brilliant stuff. Absolutely pin perfect there from the Porsche. He comes down the line shaft. Alliteration aside, he gets it done to perfection. And can he hang on to it? He forces the Audi wide. The Audi's going to be on the inside, though. He's late on the brakes. He's out of shape. Oh, he's got it out of shape. He's head straight into Crocodiles. The Crocodiles eating him up. As he goes out of Crocodiles, the Audi's dropped right out of it and loses 4 positions by the looks of things. A big mistake there. Have a look at that quick action replay. Yes, he goes past the Pirelli banners, and those Pirellis are going, no, we don't work so well in the kitty litter. So we're coming up onto a back marker by the looks of things. Yes, the leader's got through on a back marker there. I think that was the 101 car, maybe from starting, number 5, and onto the last lap. So onto the final lap now, and it's Van Bergen who is disappearing at the front end. He's done everything to perfection, and no one has even come close to him. He's got through there on Hodgson, and he's now just going to lead Hodgson all the way around to finish up this absolutely amazing promotional first-time race here for Solidarity E-Race. Remember, all this action will be brought to you live on our live stream at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night for the semi-finals and 7 o'clock on Wednesday night for all of the grand finale action. And there's half a lap to go. Van Bergen disappearing and keeping it all together. Oh, he's making a little mistake. He might have just overcooked those tires, so it might not be done just yet. How far back is Skuman? Unfortunately, Skuman a little bit too far back for my liking down there with 6.5 seconds to make up. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. The second of the Astons comes through, and you can see just how well Bernard King has gone. The Skywalker Racing man is now ahead of Peters. He's ahead of Joubert. Joubert's the man who, fortunately, just lost out a little bit earlier on. And then you've got Richardson, followed by Byron Mitchell, Van Staden, and Daniel Texera, one of our sponsors, putting his name where his mouth is. Great to have him in the car as well as helping us out. And a big thanks, of course, to AfriHost, Data Science Corporation, NEC, and Pure Storage for all of this action. And this is what it's all about here at Kyle Army Grand Prix Circuit for the last two corners on board, heading towards the checkered flag. It's going to be Van Bergen to take this race win. Relatively easily done in the Aston Martin. Brilliant stuff from him as he comes across the line now and takes the first race and the first victory of the Solidarity E-Race 2020. Coming across the line to take the checkered flag. He comes through to take the victory ahead of Skuman and Ferrand. And Ferrand, oh, he looks for a chance. He just doesn't get there, though. Brilliant stuff, though. Skuman hangs on. Ferrand in third place, right on his tail with the checkered flag out. It's King coming through for fourth place, beating out Peterson. Ferrand comes ahead of Joubert. Then it was Byron Mitchell just squeezing Richardson out there. The Audi beating the McLaren to the line with Van Staden in 10th place, Hodgson in 11th, and Daniel Texera 12th. So we really hope you enjoyed all that action on track. Just a little bit of a glimpse as to what's going to be happening at our official semi-finals on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, live streamed all around the world. You want to jump on and enjoy all that action. And don't forget, we're going to be looking at all of this action on the grand final as well. We're looking down in pit lane now, all the cars back into the pit box. Fantastic race action, and thank you so much for all the drivers for giving us all the action we needed. We look forward to seeing you all. If you haven't joined yet and you still want to, remember you've got until Tuesday, 8 o'clock, to ensure that you get your hot laps in to have some fun here with the E-Race, the Solidarity E-Race. If you want any information, it's solidarityerace.co.za. Make sure you log on to the website, go and check it out, and become one of the 120 drivers who will be entertaining us over the next 4 days. Confirmation results there. You can see Van Bergen, Hodgson, Farrant, with Skuman in fourth place, beating out King and Mitchell, Brunt and Richardson for 7 and 8. It's Peters, Van Staden, Texera, and Joubert coming through at the end there in the Lamborghini. That's how they finished up, and we certainly hope you enjoyed a little glimpse of the action to come here during the week for Solidarity E-Race.